Think scaling AI is hard? Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment. Above the clouds, helping pilots navigate flights, and on lots of clouds, helping employees automate tasks. On-prem, so designers can access proprietary data, and on the edge, so remote bank tellers can assist customers. Watson X works anywhere, so you can scale AI everywhere. Learn more at ibm.com/WatsonX. IBM. Let's create.
Hi, and welcome to IKEA. How can I help?
Oh, my schedule is crazy. I just want some me time.
Maybe it's time to embrace the joy of staying in. With comfortable beds, pillow and decor, mood lighting, and so much more, you can turn your bedroom into the place to be.
Oh, sounds like a dream.
We've got you. Visit us in-store or at ikea-usa.com/sleep to create your dream bedroom today.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, distribute it everywhere, and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit your podcasts right from your phone or your computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel so supported in the creation and distribution of my show. Spotify for Podcasters hosts masterclasses, office hours, and more to help creators develop and fine-tune their skills. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. Welcome to season 3 of 80/20. I'm so excited that you guys clicked on today's episode. We've got some really cool new stuff going on this season, and the first new thing that you guys heard was our new little intro song. I hope that you guys liked it. It's like a little bit of a soft house vibe, and I know that I do. I was thinking about doing like like one of those very stereotypical podcast intros where they're like, "Hi, I'm Lily. I'm a holistic health coach and I help you uncomplicate wellness." I just don't think that I can bring myself to do something like that and then make you listen to it twice a week for like 15 weeks in a row, 30 episodes in a row. If you've never listened to 80/20 before, what's up? I'm Lily. I'm a holistic health coach and I actually do help you uncomplicate wellness, but I'm not going to put that in like a cheesy intro, So you're just going to have to listen to the full episode to get to know me instead of just a short little 15-second snippet of me talking in some cheesy, unauthentic voice. I can do that voice though right away. Like I can just get it. If you've ever worked in the service industry, you kind of have this specific voice. I used to lifeguard. Well, the lifeguard voice was a very different voice, but the ice cream scooper Lily voice was very annoying. It was like, "Hi, I'm Lily. Welcome in. How can I help you? Do you want a cup or a cone?" Like it's that voice, and I am not going to put you through that. But if I were to record an intro, I would tell you, welcome to season 3. It's going to be really freaking good. Subscribe if you aren't already, because I post 2 times a week on Mondays and Thursdays. So season 2 ended very anticlimactically about almost a month ago now, 3 weeks ago about. And I was kind of falling off track. I was really out of my podcasting routine. I was really behind on episodes. I would record them the day that I needed to post them, and then I would edit them, and then I would post them, and it would literally be like an all-day affair. And this time around, I'm recording every single episode a week, like a full 7-day period before it actually needs to go live. So I'm recording this on October 11th. It's going to go live on the 18th, and we're just going to keep this pattern of recording a week ahead going, because I feel like the more routine you are with your tasks and your responsibilities, the easier it is to get them done. So that's something that I have learned over the past probably like month or two, is that a routine, a set time of when you're actually going to sit down and complete a task is so helpful. And you guys, if you guys have listened to the show before, you know that I do this for fun. I don't get paid. I literally just do it because I love it, and it's my favorite form of communication with you guys, like long form communication. Obviously, I love Instagram. I love chatting with you guys in the DMs, but the podcast is like my little baby. And she actually just turned 1, which is crazy. We celebrated 8020's birthday on October 6th, so a couple weeks ago. Now, it would have been, I guess, 2 weeks from when you guys are listening to this. So she's 1 year old, and I talked about this a little bit on Instagram. I wrote a really sappy post where I was just like, there's no me without you, and just kind of poured my heart out to you guys, like a little love letter to the 8020 family. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've already heard me be sappy about this, but seriously, thank you so much for even just clicking on an episode, subscribing, leaving a review, sharing it with your friends, doing whatever you do to show this podcast love. I just so appreciate it. I have been able to connect with so many of you through this show, and seriously, 8020 is kind of the root of a lot of my more recent clients, followers, subscribers, new friends even. So just thank you so much for all that you guys, or all the love that you guys have shown the show. And I'm really pumped for season 3. Like, things are just getting good. They say in business, like, it takes a year to kind of find your footing, and then the second year's okay, and then the third year's like the best. And you guys know I'm a big believer that good things come in threes, which is something else that we're going to talk about later in this episode. But I just, the number 3 is kind of lucky for me, and I think that season 3 is going to be really good. And then obviously year 3 I know will be good, but we're in year 2 already. Again, this is really cheesy to say, but there truly is no me without you. So to show you guys just a little bit of love, and it's kind of a little gift, I'm going to start doing a weekly giveaway. And what this looks like is, if you enjoy the show, whether that be the Monday show or the Thursday show, please share it on your Instagram story. Tag me, Lily Raiko, tag the podcast at 8020pod on Instagram, and just share a little blurb about maybe what you enjoyed about that episode, or why you are sharing it, or why you liked it, or what resonated with you. Literally just like a word, a sentence, an emoji, I don't really care. Just share it on your Instagram story or your feed post if you're feeling extra nice. You will automatically be entered into the weekly drawing of your chance to win my ebook bundle. So this consists of the 3 ebooks / guides that are currently on my website. I sell them for $5 a piece. So this is a $15 value, and you will get it completely free. It's the Social Media Detox Kit, the 21% Better Challenge, and the Grocery Guide. So the Social Media Detox Kit is a 2-day program that walks you through how to get off your phone and actually take care of yourself. The 21% Better Challenge is a kind of like a bingo game for 21 days, and it challenges you to do one thing every single day that will make you 1% better. So the idea is that on day 21, you are 21% better than you were on day 1. And the Grocery Guide is my top 5 tips to navigating the grocery store, and then my entire grocery list, everything that is in my fridge, in my pantry, in my cupboard, that I use to cook with, spices, everything. It is your guide to the grocery store from me. So you will be entered to win those 3 ebooks, and every week there will be one winner, and that winner will be announced in the Monday episode. So speaking of new things that we're doing for season 3, this isn't really things that we're doing. These are just topics that you guys can look forward to. Everybody loves a good tease, so I thought that I would kind of tease some of the topics that we're going to touch on during the season. I also asked you guys on Instagram to drop your requests, like your topic requests, things that you want me to touch on, and I took a lot of those into consideration as well. So if you ever have a topic idea or a question that you want me to answer on the podcast, just send me a DM or comment on something or send me an email, whatever. I have a lot of ways that you can get in touch with me, and obviously this show is for you, and I would love to touch on things that you actually want to hear about. So a lot of these are kind of adaptations from what you guys suggested or what you guys requested that I talk about, and things that I just think that you would really benefit from. So the first is a mini self-love workshop / coaching session on the podcast, obviously. My first of the month routine, my meal planning and prepping tips and tricks, my podcasting tips and tricks, how to begin your online / social media career, staying healthy during the holidays, my morning and night routines, working through PMS, seed cycling, my guide to being on your period, skincare secrets, final survival guide, New Year's resolutions and how to actually stick to them, what I wish I knew before starting my health coaching business, and a plethora of other really, really, really cool topics that I can't wait to share with you guys. And we're also going to have some fun guests on, some guests that we're going to record in person. I'm not going to record over Zoom anymore unless it's someone that I know personally. I've said this before and I'll say it again, but just the energy in a room when you're actually having a conversation with someone is so much better, and the conversation then becomes so much more valuable because you're not just spitting questions as if you were on some type of like quick fire segment of a talk show. So just know that this season is going to be amazing. And I actually just got the craziest email. You guys are never, ever, ever going to believe this. I came out with merch last week and it sold out in less than 24 hours. Minus the hats, which is actually kind of surprising to me because I'm such a hat person. But I feel like some people are hat people and some people aren't hat people. So there's still a couple hats left if you guys want a Lily Rico Health logo hat. But the Fuel Your Soul collection is tote bags and crew necks, and you guys bought every single one of them in less than 24 hours. So thank you so much for that. And I ordered more literally that day from my printing company, and it wasn't supposed to be in for like another month, and she just emailed me saying that I can pick it up tomorrow. What? So I'm recording this on the 11th, and I'm thinking, I was like, well, I wasn't expecting to restock for like another month, but I don't want to wait that long, obviously. So the Fuel Your Soul collection is back. We have sizes small to double XL, and the tote bags are back as well. The totes are a jumbo tote. It's basically a catch-all. You can take it to the gym, you can take it to the grocery store, or like a sleepover at your friend's house or something. You can use it as a work bag, literally anything. You can just toss all your shit in it. And I love bags that you can just toss your shit in because I have a lot of shit. So if you have a lot of shit like me, get this bag and you can carry your shit in the bag. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put half of it back up on the website. I'm speaking in future tense, but for you guys listening, it's the past tense. So tomorrow when I go pick it up, I'm going to put half of it back on the website and then post about it. And then I'm going to save the other half for the day that this episode goes live. If this is your first time hearing that Fuel Your Soul has been restocked, go snag your Fuel Your Soul merch right now. And I'm going to give free shipping to orders over $100 like I did last time. Shipping rates are ridiculous. And they actually just went up. The day after I shipped out all of those, like the majority of the packages, I still had a couple orders that I shipped the following day, and shipping rates had increased on October 1st for like, I guess the holidays or something. And it's ridiculous. It costs like $9 to ship to California or something crazy like that. So I'm going to give you guys free shipping on orders of $100 or more, and anything else, I'm sorry, I have to charge for shipping. I know it sucks, but I'm a small business. I know that you guys are going to love this merch, and you guys already loved it once. I can't wait for you to love it again. Wear it, send me pictures, all that jazz. I'm so excited for you guys to get your hands on this. And yeah, go to lilyrico.com/shop. It's all there just for you. Restocked it all. Enjoy. Let's talk about change. I've gone back and forth pretty much my whole life debating whether or not change is a good thing. And I've come to the conclusion that like 99% of the time, it is in fact a good thing. And it's for the better. I wanted to touch on change today because the leaves are changing. Fall is a time where it's good to just kind of like shed the old and be okay with the new, be okay with change. And I've also made some decisions recently that I was honestly really scared to make. And I think that oftentimes when we are debating whether or not we should make a specific choice, what's at the forefront of our minds is the opinions of others. Like, what are other people going to think if I say XYZ? What are people going to think if I go after this business that I've been dreaming of starting? What are people going to think if I decide to transfer schools? What are people going to think if I don't know, they're just, people are judgy, and we can't help but want to feel like our choices are approved by others, and that's a total natural thing to want, is to be accepted in life, right? That's kind of like a human thing. We travel in groups, we travel in packs, and it's just kind of human nature to want to be accepted. And the choices that we make can impact whether or not we fit into a certain group or community, and it can be really, really, really intimidating. And so not like there's anything wrong with that, but to some degree, you just have to do what you want to do. So I was talking to a friend recently, and she was telling me all about how excited she was to start this new business venture. She was telling me how she really wants to level up. She's taking different certification courses so she can offer better services. She was telling me that she wants her clients to feel empowered and badass when they walk out the door. And she's a pretty badass person herself, but she was really, really concerned with what other people would say if she took this leap, if she made this change. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately, because that fear of what other people think is often the one thing that holds us back. But what if people say really good things? What if they flock to your new store or your new studio or your new podcast or your workout class or your new program or your business? What if it works out? What if it goes better than you thought that it would? So when you decide to make a change, it's going to be hard work, but it's not going to be for nothing. I truly believe that there's something out there for everybody. And I also think that there's multiple things out there for everybody. I don't think that we're meant to do the same career our entire lives. And I think that it's becoming more and more common to do a couple different types of careers, or maybe have one thing that you do and then have, I think of like a spider web. Think of like a spider web diagram that maybe you would fill out in elementary school, and like you're in the middle, or maybe your priority job or your goal is in the middle, let's say. And then maybe there's little like spider web legs off of that goal or job or lead thing in the middle. And there's different aspects of your business, different aspects of your life that bring you both joy and abundance. So whether this is like your day job and then your side hustle, and then different things that go into your side hustle. Like for me, this diagram looks a lot like health coaching's in the middle, and then I have different aspects of my business. So my coaching programs, I have the podcast, I have YouTube, I have my merch line that just dropped, and then I have things that are kind of more dreams. So I have different certifications that I'm currently working on so I can offer different types of services that can one day bring me joy and abundance. And so all of those things take hard work. And as you're growing and you're evolving and you're changing into the person that you're supposed to be, it's gonna get really hard. And I think a lot of times we dream up this perfect version of ourselves, and then we think that we can just sit back and it'll happen to us. But I don't think that anything really happens to you. I think that things happen for you, but you have to work for them. I think a really good analogy, because I like analogies, if you guys have listened to the podcast, you know that I like to compare things to other things and give you guys visualizations of what I'm talking about. So think of when you were in high school, and the whole time that you're in high school, they're telling you that you need to work hard, get good grades so you can get into a good college. And then it's your senior year and you're applying to colleges, and you're spending hours on these applications, hours on these essays, hours on these questions that are really redundant. And you're coming up with really good answers. You're getting your parents to proofread everything, and you're talking to your guidance counselor, and you're putting in all this work just to get a yes or a no from a college. And then when you get the yes or get the no, let's say you get a yes. I hope that you get a yes, that that's your dream, and you get all the stuff for your dorm and you move in. And then I had this realization my freshman year. I was finally sitting in my dorm and I'm like, okay, now what? Now this is when the hard work begins. Like, if you thought that the application process was hard, if you thought that, working hard in high school was hard, now you're finally in college, that's when shit gets really freaking hard. So very quickly I learned this lesson that when you finally get to where you want to go, that's when the work really begins. But it's so much fun because it's the change that you wanted. Like, it's the life that you designed for yourself, so why wouldn't you want to work hard for it? I've spent a lot of time fighting off my inner critic recently, and I've started a couple new habits to help with self-confidence, and I guess everything I do is kind of personal development rooted. Yeah, just to kind of help with self-confidence, positive self-talk, which I'll share with you in a little bit. But I just wanted to remind you how important it is to be your own biggest cheerleader, especially when you are dealing with change. And it's very common to think that you have to always have your shit together, but it's gonna take time for you to find your footing in this new thing, in this new dream, in this new hard work, just in the newness. Like, we don't really let ourselves be bad at something, but that's how you learn. When I first started this podcast, I probably threw out like 5 to 10 episodes before I even posted the first one. You can't get any better unless you let yourself be new at something and learn. And a lot of times when people message me and they say, oh, like, I want to start something in the social media world, and what's your advice? Like, how do you, what's the formula? And I'm like, there's no formula. Like, everybody does their social media stuff so differently. Like, if I were to talk to another podcaster or vlogger or social media person, they would have a totally different methodology of going about the social media world than I do, because you don't really see the work that anybody else puts in, if that makes sense. Like, you only see the final product, you don't see how they got there. And so my process of going about recording a podcast or editing a video is going to be completely different than someone else. I can't give you the skills of talking to a microphone. I can't give you the skills of knowing what to film in a video. I can't give you the skills of knowing what looks aesthetic on Instagram. Those things are either just learned over time or just kind of like that creative spirit naturally in you, and no one can teach you that. The other thing that really gets me too, I'm kind of on a tangent, but I don't really care. I have like a lot of, at least I think, good things to say. The other thing that gets me too is a lot of times we'll hop on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever platform you're on, and we see people with these Pinterest-worthy morning routines and their perfect coffee and their perfect breakfast and their perfect workout. And while all of that stuff is like nice and fun to see and like inspirational and whatnot, you gotta remember that literally 100% of that stuff is curated for content purposes. Like, even though they might actually be doing those things, even though that's something that they're doing in their day-to-day life, it doesn't look that pretty every day. Some days I don't post jack shit on Instagram because I'm just too busy to like perfectly position the blueberries in my oatmeal. And I don't want to take my coffee all the way upstairs just to get the perfect Instagram story. And my laundry's all dirty, so I have to wear these crusty leggings with like a pilled crotch and like dog hair all over them and a bra that doesn't match. So I'm not going to take my workout picture. Like, life isn't always that perfect all the time. And you got to give yourself grace. This is a habit that I've kind of been trying to implement more into my life. You got to give yourself grace and meet yourself where you are today, because no one's life is really that perfect all the time. And this past summer I was really struggling with this because I was kind of like bouncing back and forth between my boyfriends and my house. I'm in a long distance relationship, and so this summer we really spent a lot of time kind of ungrounded, just kind of bouncing back and forth and spending time with each other. And while that was fantastic and I loved doing that, I just felt very disconnected with like the best version of me. And that was a huge struggle because I'm a very routine person. And without routine, without consistency in your life, like literally your days are different, you're on different time zones, it's really hard to stay consistent and it's really hard to feel good in your own skin. And so I started going back to the basics. And I started going back to something that I call the good things method. It definitely involves showing myself grace, definitely involves meeting myself where I am today, because every single day is going to look a lot different. And if you relate to this, if that's you today, if your morning routine just didn't match up with the ideal version of yourself, if your workout didn't last as long as you hoped it did, that's okay. You just have to meet yourself where you are today and do what you can do today that will make you feel good tomorrow. So find these little things to do when you feel off track. So like I said, I had been traveling all summer, and then this fall was kind of rocky because I've kind of just been making a lot of changes in my life recently, and it's going to take time to find my footing. So what do? I go back to those little things, those good things that make me feel really freaking good. So for me, that's been yoga, it's been spin, it's been having some sort of consistent workout routine. I try really hard to work out every day, but I have consistent times, at least a couple days a week. So I know that those are boxes that I can check. And when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, getting sweaty is always a really good idea. And hot yoga is also a really good idea. When you're in a hot yoga studio, you sweat buckets, and sweating releases toxins from the body. It helps to relax you, and the things that yoga teaches are invaluable. So I would definitely recommend trying out yoga for everybody. And most studios have different levels of classes for different people. So like I mentioned before, you can meet yourself right where you are. The studio and their class schedule can probably meet you where you are, and yoga's for everybody. You know, I think a lot of times we get intimidated by these workout classes. The amount of times that I hear, oh, I wish that I could try XYZ, but I'm really intimidated, or I'm worried that I'm not going to be good enough. It's like, no kidding, you're not going to be good enough. You're new at it. Why would you be good? You've never done it before. Why do you expect yourself to be good at something that you've never done before? That's just really unrealistic. I've also been trying to eat well, which is something that I obviously always try to do. For me, in this season of my life, that means more animal protein. And so I was plant-based for a while, and I still incorporate lots of veggies and plants into my diet. But I was not really thriving on a high carb based diet, and I would get these wild hunger crashes and such. So I've been slowly adding in more high quality fish, chicken, turkey into my diet. I don't really like red meat. I typically stay away from red meat, and I have for years now, but chicken is good, fish is good, and I think that it's been really good for me. I've been feeling good. My skin's been looking better. So that's exciting, and my digestive system can finally handle that. And I guess my biggest piece of new news that I have for you is that I'm opening up enrollment very, 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 very soon for my signature coaching program to uncomplicate wellness for 20-something women, and it's called Good Things Come in Threes. And if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the wellness space, if you want healthy living simplified, if you felt unmotivated or unaligned with your goals or stuck in a rut, this is for you. If you need accountability or support to connect with the best version of yourself and actually reach your goals, this is for you. If you want to meet like-minded women who are also interested in holistic wellness, this is for you. And if you're searching for the recipe to that secret sauce, the things that spice up your life and take your mind, body, and soul to the next level, this is for you. So a few moments ago, I talked about the Good Things method and how I've implemented principles of that into my own life to realign with the best version of me. This program walks you through the Good Things method and challenges you to a 33-day, 3 daily habits program to level up your lifestyle. And that's all I can say for now, but if you want to learn more about what this program is like, the various program packages, and all that good stuff, I have a very, very special episode of 80/20 dropping tomorrow. It's a bonus episode this week, but I will share all the details about the program. There are going to be 3 different program options. One is more of a self-paced version of the program, another is a group coaching option, and another is a one-on-one option, and all of them are really freaking cool. And if this already sounds like something that you want to do, you can head to lilyraco.com/programs and enroll right now. And the good news is that I'm offering a 15% discount for 80/20 listeners. All you have to do is use the code 8020POD at checkout. That's 8020pod. You can enter that in the little discount box at checkout, and you can get 15% off of the Good Things Come in Threes coaching program. This works for all 3 packages, and this is the only discount that I am offering. So if you're interested in Good Things Come in Threes, definitely be on the lookout for that episode. If you want to change for the better, start healthy habits, and level up your lifestyle, you need this program. All right, my friends, I think they were going to go ahead and call it on this episode. I've been recording for like 30 minutes now. We're going to make the target for all the episodes this season 30 minutes. We'll see if I can do it. It'll be a challenge and a fun game for me to play with myself. How long can I talk without getting tired of my own voice? It'll be a fun game. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to subscribe. I post episodes every single Monday and Thursday. I also have a podcast Instagram that you can follow. It's at 8020pod, that's 8020pod, or you can follow me on Instagram at lilyraco. If you feel so inclined, please leave a rate and a review. That just helps other listeners find and enjoy the show as well. I love you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.